So you are the man. So let's just put it out there. Let's just start with that. You know, Mark is so talented, but you know, you're his hands.
Yes.
This is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
I had the beautiful tour of it. Talk to me about this project. Talk to me about some of the things that you're most proud of.
The things that I'm most proud of would be the transition between the house that was here and then what we ended up at. You know, I was part of it from the demolition till basically the completion of the landscape. You know, typically I don't get to spend as much time with the clients like I had with Barry, just because we're friends outside of work.
Right,
so,
right.
you know, we on Sundays going back and forth collaborating on different things as far as, you know, items he'd like to see. So it was an interesting concept between being a friend, working for Mark and his father at the same time. So it's a
Yeah, I mean,
challenge.
when your boss says, "Can you build a home for my parents?" No pressure.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? No
Exactly.
pressure. And so tell me about some of the details. I mean, the ceiling, the coffered ceilings. Now, were you part of when he came in and said, "Oh, those are way too many, let's rip this all out"?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
So Mark came in, he's got a great sense of design. I don't necessarily have the same sense.
Yeah.
In like, I like to see a plan. Give me a plan, I'll make it happen.
Right.
Mark's the guy that can create that, give you that idea, to give you a platform for the plan.
Okay.
You know, Barry really wanted that transom window.
Yeah, that was one of the first things I noticed when I first walked in. I had never seen that in a home.
Yeah. So
Is that new for you? Is this a...
no, not necessarily new, but it was, we had to end up padding out the whole wall, throwing the wall out, changing the rail system just to accommodate for the window, and he wouldn't let it go. He's like, I really want that. So we spent weeks of going back and forth before we figured out what we wanted to do to make it happen.
Right. So all the details, so the custom hood that they had with the grommets on the outside, beautiful. The tile floor in some of the powder rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Did you work with the interior designer at all? Or, how does that relationship work? So Mark has the big vision, you actuate it, make it happen. Talk about the rest of the plan.
So Barry worked directly with the designer. He works with, you know, Mark Barr, kitchen designer. He worked with his own personal designer on some of the, like, you know, finer touches in you know, colors and color schemes. So I don't have to collaborate with them too much until they come up with the plan. And then once they have you know, the kitchen plan or the bath layout, that's when I'll take it, go over it, review it, give it out to the prospective, you know, give it to the electrician, give it to the plumber, make sure everybody's on the same page, and I just make sure that it gets executed.
Yeah. So PM.
Yes. Yeah.
So you're basically in charge of everyone.
Yeah, it's when you say it like that, it's kind of daunting, but like it's not as bad or it's not as difficult as it might seem, as long as all the pieces are put together ahead of time,
Right.
and you can kind of, you know, lay it all out, and it's not that bad.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a conductor.
Yes.
In an orchestra.
And then
And as long as you have your, you know, first violin, you're good.
Yeah. When something's off key, that's when it, you
Yeah.
know, all comes down on me. But
Yeah. And so did you also, were you part of the landscape or just the interiors?
no, just the interior.
Mm-hmm.
Barry and I went back and forth. If you notice the front, the granite, he's like, I think I just want to do wood steps. I'm like, this house doesn't support that. You need the granite,
Yeah.
you know, or the bluestone or something. And we went back and forth throughout the whole project on it. When I finally found out that he was doing the granite step, I was like, I told you all along.
Yeah.
It just, you know, with the grade, the elevations around here, that's what, you know, it supports that style of entry.
Yeah. When I first came in, the courtyard feel that you have with the L shape,
Yes.
it's quite beautiful and intimate to have a place in the front yard where you can hang out, which is different.
Yeah. When I first pulled in with my truck, because I have a larger vehicle, I'm like, Barry, this is a mistake. This isn't going to work. Like, I can really back out of here. But obviously, once I pulled out, it's all right, it's fine. And then when I saw it actually complete, I'm like, wow, this is, you know, totally different from what you'd normally see. You know, I'm just used to grass, you know, cobblestone line driveway and maybe seashells, if you know.
Right.
So that's totally different.
Yes.
It's very nice.
Yeah, and so the roof deck.
Yes.
Wow.
So there's a story behind that as well.
Okay.
I ended up getting a friend of mine's bucket truck before we demoed the existing house. That
Oh,
was
you mean
here.
like a cherry picker?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I came here and Barry's like, go up right around 30 feet, right where my ridge line would be, and let me know if you can see the water, and let me know if we need to do it. So I'm up there with the tape, measuring down, making sure I'm at the right elevation. And I'm like, as soon as I looked up, I'm like, you absolutely have to do it, because I can only imagine a nice summer evening sitting up there and just being able to watch the boats go in and out. It's just totally.
Yeah, we saw the Island Queen. We can see the vineyard. Yeah, it was amazing. And so, how long does a project like this take generally? I mean, do you have multiple projects you're doing at the same time right now?
Yes, yeah. So right now I'm doing a little bit more of the commercial work for Mark on his development side.
Yeah.
But at the time when I was doing this house, I was probably doing, I'd say, 5 or 6 others of the same magnitude, custom builds, not, and then maybe 1 or 2 like renovations along the way. So to answer your question, as far as how long it would take from the design phase to when you first put it on paper till now, I bet you Barry's got 3 years into this project. But the actual construction, it took us about 12 months.
Yeah.
About 12 months.
So Barry and Karen, when you worked with them, do you realize how present they are and how grateful they are? They're just beautiful people. Talk about just working with them and that kind of a, some clients are not easy.
Yes.
And I know he's buttoned up. However, he is so appreciative of everything.
Yeah, he's, it's funny. I say to him, I joke with him all the time. I'm like, Barry, I can't believe that you have so much going on, yet you say cool, calm, and collected. He comes into the office, and the first thing he's doing is joking around with you, but in a roundabout way, he's getting what he needs for information out of you, but you don't even know it. He's a good guy to work with, and there is a lot of pressure associated with working with the boss's father. However, it was never that way. It was never put that. And once in a while, we joke to see if he could catch me on something that I missed, or I could catch him on something that he might have missed. But he was more focused on the overall scope of what he was trying to build, to get everything collaborative, to get all the pieces put together, as far as the details, with like you mentioned before, the coffered and all that.
Yeah.
And it was more of a, hey, what do you think about this? Bouncing ideas back and forth, and then we'd finally come to a conclusion.
Yeah. And so how did you get into this? I mean, was this something, because I know Mark, when we went for our boat ride this morning, Mark said he wanted to be a builder. And honestly, Barry and Karen and I almost started crying in the very beginning of our tour, because when I talked to Mark, Mark said he wanted to be a builder when he was like 5.
Yeah.
I mean, were you the same way?
So for me, my father's a builder, and he's still working. He works at his own pace. And when I say that, he doesn't have to work anymore, but he chooses to because he enjoys it.
Yeah.
So growing up, Dad went to work, I want to go to work too. So all along, he didn't want me to do this at all. Like his thing was like, listen, my kids are going to school. They're not going to work. They're not going to work as hard as I've had to work. They're not going to do the things I've had to do. But if it's in your blood, it's in your blood. You can't go away. You can't turn away from it. So I started out. He had a floor covering store. I worked there, sawing floors, and then right into construction when I got out of high school, and then it never really stopped.
Yeah. You have children of your own?
I have 3 girls. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And are they swinging hammers yet, or
no?
No.
They won't be doing that. They do have some interest now and then when Dad's working, but they'll be going to school.
Yeah. Yeah. So Falmouth. Let's talk about Falmouth and just the setting here. I mean, it's tucked away. It's so tucked away, and yet it's right downtown. I was so amazed when I first pulled up. It was birds and quiet, and yet it's right near downtown. It's right near the harbor. It's right near everything. I didn't even know this road existed when I was growing up.
It's funny. I had never been down this street not once. And like you said, right now you're in the center of Falmouth. Yet you don't see anybody around you. You're tucked away, but you're literally you can walk to Main Street in 5 minutes. So it's a nice location.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And so, what do you think about Falmouth in terms of? I know, when I was growing up, it was a very cyclical. Summer was a very different time from winter, but now it's a lot of year-round people. Like Barry and Karen, their life is now year-round. He does a little working still. She does a little working, but they're here. It's not like a resort community.
No, it used to be where you'd have Memorial Day weekend to Labor Day, where you'd have traffic nonstop, and it was brutal, and can't travel anywhere.
Right turn only.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's my philosophy.
Exactly.
If I'm on the Cape, right turn only.
Yeah.
You can't take a left turn.
No, but the sad part is now. Well, I shouldn't say sad part. It's good for commerce, but it's year round now. It's not just through the summer months. It's year round.
Yeah.
That you literally, like you said, right turn only.
Yeah.
So it's good though. It adds a lot.
And so, how long do you think you're going to do it? You said your dad, he's still doing it. How long do you think you're going to do it?
I don't know that. it becomes who you are. I shouldn't say that it defines you, but I don't see myself getting out of it. I don't think that I can. I think I'd certainly like to have time where I could take off, get away from it, and then come back to it. Say extended vacations and such as I get older. But I won't stop. I can't. It's a part of what I do.
Yeah. So what's it like to drive by something that you had a big hand in building?
So I always say to the customers and clients that the tough part for me walking away from these projects is it's right about the time that I want to be there, I have to leave, because now I'm done. Meaning I don't get to sit down and enjoy them. Fortunately for me, this house is a little bit different. I do get to enjoy it.
Are you going to be here for the clam bake tonight or no?
Oh, definitely.
So growing up on Cape Cod, I never actually ever had a clam bake in the dirt.
Yeah. I've never done one at my own house, I can tell you that. Yeah. I've gone to plenty of them, but never at my own home.
Yeah. Barry's friend Paul's, I guess, going to do a big reveal. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So is your wife and your kids going to be here too?
Yeah, my family's, actually my whole family's here now, and they'll be here later on.
Yeah. And so you actually do get to enjoy
Yes.
the fruits of your labor.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, Kristian, so nice to talk with you. So nice that Longfellow Design Build is growing.
Yes. And it continues to grow.
And continues to grow because you do exceptional work.
Thank you.
It's been such a pleasure to talk to you and to tour this home. It's just magnificent.
Thank you.
Yeah.